right, joining me for this very special interview is Aarti Ramamurthy from Clubhouse. Thank you very much, Aarti, for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. It's really a pleasure speaking with you today because as we speak, Clubhouse has become a big rage here in India. Every one of us perhaps has a Clubhouse app on our phones, and that's reflected in the kind of downloads that you've seen out of India as well. I was looking at some numbers and I saw that 5.2 million downloads was the peak in June earlier this year. And we've gradually seen activity panning out on Clubhouse. So what's been the initial, the taste of success, and what kind of numbers have you witnessed?
Wow. First of all, Priya, thank you so much for having me. I've been a follower of your story for so long now. So this is for me kind of a dream come true. It's really nice to be here. Clubhouse in India, for us, when we launched Android in May, the response, we'd never seen anything like this. The response was so overwhelming and so positive. So it was just really great to see how people were just adopting the platform. And, we've always assumed India to be very native to the voice, voice as a communication platform, but we didn't realize how sticky and how well received it would be. As you know, right now, our app icon is Anirudh Deshmukh. India is a really big market for us. It's a strategically important market for us. We are doubling down. Our first international hire is also from India, Parijat, and he's the head of marketing and partnerships there. And so for us, the response has been really great. We've seen not just, in other markets, we've seen very specific kind of verticals and rooms. In India, the diversity of rooms has been extraordinary for us. We've seen everything from music rooms, like Antakshari rooms, cricket rooms, Bollywood rooms, but also, religious rooms. There are rooms that do Hanuman Chalisa every morning. Just rooms like that, which we would have never assumed before we launched, that this is how people are going to adopt the platform, game shows, things like that. And I'm very impressed with how India has just been receiving Clubhouse as a platform and just being able to download the app, get into it. And we just launched language localization, which means the app experience is now available in your native language in India. And we've rolled it out across the world in 26 different languages on Android. And we're continuing to work on it for iOS as well as other languages. So India for us is it's such a big market. It's a hugely important market for us. And so far, the response has been really great.
Right, it's an important market, a hugely important market for Clubhouse. But I want to understand in terms of rooms, Aarti, you did mention that you've seen a spurt in the kind of rooms, in the diversity in the kind of rooms that you've seen on Clubhouse. So tell us a little bit about what kind of room additions are we seeing month on month, and what does this really mean in terms of like a short to mid-term trajectory Clubhouse?
Right. That's a great question. We usually don't break out month to month kind of metrics, also like country specific metrics as such. But what we can say, the way we look at success is two sides of things. One is a room creator or a conversation creator. From their standpoint, if you look at like rooms created per day, earlier this summer, I think we were around 300,000 rooms per day. And then by the end of summer, we saw about 700,000 plus rooms per day. And this is per day. Like imagine having 700,000 rooms created every single day. That for us was, we felt like we were on the right track for helping creators create rooms and have conversations. So that's from the creator side. Then the other side of the ecosystem is listeners, and time spent listening on the platform. So an average listener was spending, in the beginning of summer, about 60 minutes a day on the platform. And towards the end of summer, it was about 70 plus minutes. So we know that metric is also going up. And so for us, this is kind of how we measure success, where it's like supply and demand, room creation, and then listeners. And as long as the engagement metric is going up for us across the world, we feel like we're really happy about, how Clubhouse is being adopted. But the other thing I want to say is, I worked at a lot of different, tech companies. And a lot of, when we look at, social media as a landscape, Clubhouse is about 18 months old. And for an 18-month-old company, I feel like, our metrics and where we are growing, it's just been astounding to see how people have been receiving it. And 18 months is such a short time in the history of a social media company. So for us, we expect to, not always see massive growth. There are going to be these like big peaks and then these valleys. And we're going to continue to like keep focusing on the creator and focusing on the community and making it like really healthy, really vibrant. And for us, that is success. But we're just about getting started. We're such a small company and we're just about like starting to scale out and roll out a lot of new products and features and everything.
So tell us then, Aarti, what kind of products and features can we expect in India? I think all our audience listening to us right now want to know what's the way forward in terms of features.
Yeah, I mean, even if you, good question. I think even if you look at the last, few months, we've done everything from, audio specific, like spatial audio. We've done like music mode, and that music mode was specifically something that we were thinking India as a market, because we thought this was the place where, your music was like universally accepted as like room creation content type kind of thing. And then, from there, we've invested in everything from people doing social rooms. We've done everything like, we've invested in specific kind of strategic features over time, even in the last month or so. And then going forward, we want to think about how do we make creators more successful, which means we are thinking about monetization tools. And monetization for us is not just, you make money on the platform through one specific thing. Like in the US, we've launched tipping, which means, any user, any listener can tip a creator, tip a room creator, and we don't take any share. But what happens is when they pay, there's a small credit card fee, and the rest of the amount entirely goes to the creator. So in other markets, we're trying to figure out who to partner with, how do we enable this? So tipping, subscriptions, things like paid ticketing events, where you can like enter a room after you've paid for the ticket of it. It's all virtual now. Brand sponsorships, a lot of organically in India, we're seeing a lot of brands reaching out to creators directly. We're helping facilitate all of that. We don't play an active role, but if the creators need help, we are trying to help in. But at some point in the future, maybe structure that into monetization products. But then when we think about broader monetization, we've already launched something like things like pinned links, where you can pin a link on your room right at the very top. And monetization doesn't always have to be just about making money directly on the platform. So pinned links has been really great, where if you are a musician and you're releasing a song, you want people to listen to it on your favorite music audio platform, you can just pin it and people can tap on it and listen. Or if you're selling a book, you can pin a link to the book itself and people can buy it from there. So we are still enabling commerce in indirect ways. So we'll continue to double down on monetization. We'll build creator tools, and from there, the sky's the limit. We're just about getting started. So we're going to have to do like a lot of investment in just making sure creators are finding happiness and success on our platform.
Right. So revenue models are just shaping up at Clubhouse in India at large, but you said lots of investment required. So I believe you did raise some money in April this year, but what's the plan in terms of fundraise, any more funds required, and how much will be diverted to the India market?
I mean, right now, we don't really talk about any fundraise plans or specific market investments or anything of that sort. But what I can tell you, you've seen our most recent fundraise. We're pretty well capitalized. When we think about expansion, we want to think about how do we strategically position ourselves in different international markets. And when I looked around, my job is the head of international at Clubhouse. So when I look around at the international landscape, for me, India is a really big place I need to invest in. So our first hire and setting up operations has been in India. And Parijat has been great. He's only been here for a couple of weeks now, but we're already seeing a lot of traction with the Indian community, and we want to actually establish a full team here and make sure that they're set up. And so for us, that's really where fundraise for us is a means to an end to be able to enable operations in the market and things like that. But we don't really share any future fundraise plans or anything. But as we get closer, if there is anything, we'll come back to you and we'll let you know.
Sure. And what about revenue plans out there? What kind of revenue targets are you working with at the end of this financial year?
right now, as you know, we don't take any revenue share of any of the monetization, like of the tipping product. But going forward, especially as we roll out different types of monetization tactics, I think for us, revenue sharing is definitely a part of that, where Clubhouse takes a small revenue cut. And we're thinking about like what other, there's a creator taxes and there's a bunch of like other things that we need to figure out. But without going into too much details, we'll have a revenue share model when we roll out monetization. But we still want to make sure that creators are first, and we're putting creators first, because it doesn't really matter how successful we are with monetization if creators ultimately are not successful. So we always focus on making the community healthy and making the creators really successful. So that's our plan. No like targets as such from like revenue standpoint, and no fundraise dates or anything of that sort.
So a final question, Aarti, before I let you go, on where India stands in the overall ranking pie. Is it in the top 3?
Definitely in the top 3. Absolutely in the top 3. Yeah, we look at strategic markets from different lenses, from the growth metric, from monetization potential, from all kinds of things. And so for us, India is definitely in the top 3.
All right. On that note, thank you very much, Aarti, for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and thanks so much for your time.